down on your shaping right now, so get prepared. So step 1 is have a dust collector. It's really important for your health, so I really recommend that you guys get one. This one is in my Amazon storefront. So here I'm just going ahead and doing little markings on the nail so that I can guide you guys on where to file on the nail. Okay, so like I said, I am using an 80 by 80 Marcat nail file. The first thing I like to do is I hold my client's finger, I sandwich it between my fingers to kind of get a good grip on it, and then I like to file the bottom of the nail first. Something that you must absolutely do is season your files, especially with a file like 80 by 80. It's very crisp. So yeah, and I use these specifically since I do a lot of hand filing to make it a little bit easier on myself. And when I'm shaping the sidewalls, I always make sure that my file is parallel to the nail. You guys will see that. And then what I like to do is also file the tip of the nail, and I file it at an angle to kind of give it that slight moon curve that I like to do. After that, I turn my file to the side and I kind of just use it to smoothen out the surface of the top of my client's nail. I just move it back and forth, and I try to do this at a tilted angle. I don't do it straight because I don't want it to give it a boxy look. To make it crisp and not look like a Lego, then I take my file and I file the sides of the nail and I file them inward. Then I take my file and I file the top of it again, and I file the bottom and the sides, kind of just evenly bringing everything together. And here I'm gonna explain it to you guys one more time on the ring finger. So here I'm taking my file and filing the bottom of my nail to remove any excess acrylic and make it look crisp, as well as the top, and then I smoothen out the surface with my 80 by 80 file, and I do it at a tilted angle, and then I bring in my sides with my file and I shape those sides to give it a crisp look. And I do this at a tilted angle as well. I'm kind of bringing my file in as I'm filing to just bring everything together because I don't want it to be boxy and edgy. I want the edges to be curved. Now I'm doing this again in the middle finger. As you can see, I always do the sides of the nail first and the bottom and the top, and then I do the surface. I don't know why, I just feel like it just pre-shapes the nail already to give it that crisp look from the start. So that's what I like to do first, and then I do the surface, and then I do the sides to just bring everything together. And I always make sure to go back if there's any spots that don't have scratches on them. You know, it means you need to go back and just, you know, make sure that all the acrylic looks even on all sides. You know, you want to turn your nail to make sure that it looks even from all the sides while you're filing. I highly recommend getting 80 by 80 Marcat nail files. These were a game changer for me ever since I got them. This nail tech in my area put me onto these. Shout out to her. I love me a nail tech that doesn't gatekeep, just like me. No, but for real, for real, these files were literally a life changer for me. They're gonna be in my Amazon storefront. I used to use 100 by 80 and 100 files when I first started as a beginner, but these are so much more crisper since I like to get mostly everything done with the hand file. Look at how beautiful it looks already with just hand filing itself. OMG. Okay, so now it's time to use my 5-in-1 Pana drill bit, and you can find this on Amazon and also gonna be in my Amazon storefront. This bit is gonna be a life changer for you. It literally can shape your nails so freaking well, and it seals the cuticle so well. I highly recommend getting this bit. It has been a game changer for me in my shaping game. So I'm about to show you guys what I just did on that pinky. So the first thing I do with my bit is I take my bit and I like to shape the bottom of my nail to give it that moon curve that I like. So you want to hold your Pana bit at a slight angle when doing this and just kind of gently lean it against the bottom of your nail where the moon curve is, and you can make the moon curve as prominent as you wish. And then I take my 5-in-1 Pana nail bit and I go to the cuticle of my client's nail and I kind of blend in where the natural nail and the acrylic meets. I only file on the acrylic, obviously, like not on the natural nail. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get anywhere near the natural nail or your client's skin. You want to be very careful with this bit when going around the cuticle. And as you can see, I'm filing in one motion when I'm doing this. I'm filing to the left, picking up my drill bit and doing it again over and over to make sure that it's evenly sealed. The goal is to blend the acrylic and the natural nail seamlessly together. This part right here is literally so important when it comes to retention. If you're able to seal your cuticle very well, no water or any liquids are going to be able to get into your client's nail, which is going to drastically improve your retention. Like, you're not going to have your nails popping off anytime soon. So this part right here is literally key when it comes to retention. As you can see, I'm also taking my drill bit and filing more parts of the nail besides the cuticle cuticle, I'm kind of just blending everything together with my e-file, making sure everything's nice and even. If there's any smooth bumps that I forgot to get rid of during the hand process, I'm doing that right now. So that's one hand. Now I'm here getting started on the second hand. As you can see, I'm filing the sides, the bottom, the tip of the nail, and then the surface. And yeah, practically here I'm just basically doing what I did on her other hand, shaping it, making sure everything looks even. I'm going in on those side walls, making sure no acrylic is hanging over or over the edges or side walls. We want to make sure everything is even and nicely in place. So that's all I'm doing here. And by the way, if you guys don't follow my TikTok, I'm going to put it right here on the screen for you guys. Go follow me right now, because lately I've low-key been on my grind. I've been on my content era, okay, because I'm in my winter arc era right now. Okay, I'm locked in or whatever with myself. So I told myself one thing that I'm going to do is post. So I have been a little bit on my TikTok, so go follow me. I recently did a story time about my worst client, y'all. My worst client and how terrible it was. So if you guys are chismosas or you guys just like my content and want to see more of me, definitely keep up with me on my TikTok. Go follow. And yeah, I hope that this shaping tutorial is helpful for you guys.